Massive Celtic news today, from Balikwisha'S surprising inspiration to a shocking Brendan Rodgers claim, and finally, the biggest story of the week. You don't want to miss this one, especially the last headline. It changes everything. Stay tuned till the end. Big shout out to everyone who's been commenting and showing love on the channel. You're absolute legends. These were the top commenters from last week. Intronazis, James Brooks, always dropping brilliant comments. Cheers, mate. Robert Seymour, thanks for the support and for joining the convo. Billy Noon, appreciate you for jumping in and backing the channel. You lot smashed it last week. Who's going to make it onto next week's list then, eh? Don't forget to leave your comments. We have 6 news a day to keep you updated with the mighty Celtic. Hit that subscribe button and be part of it. Now this one's pure gold, mate. You'll love this. So, Michel-Ange Balikwisha, the lad who's been grafting hard to make his mark at Celtic, has just given us all a wee laugh with this one. During a wee Q&A on the club's Instagram, he was asked that classic question every player gets: who was your football hero growing up? You know, the kind of thing where most folks say Ronaldinho, Zidane, or maybe Henry if they're feeling nostalgic. But our boy Balikwisha, nah, he didn't go for any of that. He didn't go. He looked deep in thought, right, like he was about to drop a serious answer, then turns to the side, sees his teammate Kelechi Iheanacho, and goes, "My favorite player growing up, my friend, Kelechi Iheanacho." You can actually hear Iheanacho bursting out laughing in the background, loving every second of it. And to be fair, that's brilliant dressing room banter right there. Exactly the kind of energy you want at Lennoxtown. That's the thing about this Celtic squad under Rodgers. It's not just about the football, it's about the vibe. You can feel the togetherness, the chemistry, the proper team spirit. That's what keeps Paradise buzzing. And honestly, I like that side of Balikwisha. A bit of humor, a bit of swagger. It shows he's settling in, feeling comfortable in the squad. You can't fake that kind of camaraderie. If he and Iheanacho are already this close, it's only going to help both of them on the pitch. That connection off the park usually translates into something special when the ball's rolling. Still, you can't help but laugh, eh? Imagine wee Balikwisha sitting as a kid in Belgium watching Iheanacho clips and thinking, that's my guy. The timing was perfect, and it shows the character he's got. These are the wee moments that make the Celtic dressing room such a brilliant place, full of banter but full of belief. Now, let's be real. If Balikwisha can match Iheanacho's finishing in front of goal, we might just have another star on our hands. The pair seem to be bonding nicely, and Rodgers will love seeing that spirit among the new signing. It's a long season ahead, and this type of unity is exactly what will keep the boys firing through the winter. So here's my question for you, and I want you to be honest with me here, right? If you could pick any player in the current Celtic squad to be your hero growing up, who would it be? And don't just say Calmac because he's the captain, though, to be fair, he is the heartbeat of Paradise. Come on, tell me, who's your Celtic hero and why? Hit that subscribe button. Lads, let's guy it loudy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic dafts. Well now, this one's a bit of a shocker, isn't it? Chris Boyd, Chris Boyd, the man who bleeds blue and can't usually go 5 minutes without a wee dig at the boys, has just come out and praised Brendan Rodgers. I nearly dropped me tea when I heard it. The same Boyd who's spent years talking up the Ibrox lot has actually said that even if Rangers get their act together under Kevin Muscat, they still won't be good enough to topple Rodgers' Celtic. Now, I'll be honest with you, hearing Boyd compliment anything green and white feels about as natural as sunshine in a Glasgow winter. But here we are. He's admitted that Rodgers just knows how to win, that even when Celtic have a few knocks, a dip in form, or a couple of players out, there's still that calm, experienced head steering the ship, and that's what makes the difference, isn't it? Rodgers doesn't panic. He builds teams that expect to win. Boyd's comments came as the chatter's heating up about Kevin Muscat possibly taking over the circus at Ibrox. Muscat's being hailed as the next big hope for them, another so-called post-Coglou disciple who'll play this attacking, high-tempo style. But come on, you can slap whatever fancy label you want on it. They're still chasing the standard that Rodgers has set at Paradise. Let's not forget, Boyd knows what it's like to watch Celtic dominate season after season, and deep down, he's seen this movie before. No matter who they bring in, no matter what talk comes out of Govan, it always ends the same way. Celtic lifting silverware, and the rest of them wondering what went wrong. And even Boyd, Boyd, of all people, can't deny it anymore. Rodgers has brought the calm back to Paradise. You can see it in the way the lads play, the way Calmac leads from the front, the way the goals keep coming, even when the pressure's on. It's that relentless mindset that separates us from the rest. While they're over there talking about potential, we're over here talking about trophies. So I'll give Boyd this. He might be wearing blue-tinted specs, but even he can spot class when it's staring him in the face. And Rodgers, he's pure class. But here's what I want to know from you, right? Do you think Boyd's finally being honest for once, or is this just him lowering expectations early for the Ibrox crowd? Come on, be straight with me. Is Boyd showing respect to Celtic, or just admitting defeat before the season's even done? Hit that subscribe button, lads. Let's guy it loldy till we hit a 1,500 mad Celtic daffs. So Barry Ferguson's been at it again, and this time he's actually talking sense. I know, that's not something I say often about a former Rangers man, but credit where it's due. He's hit the nail right on the head, and he's called out what he calls the ignorance towards Scottish players, and he's used none other than our very own Luke McCowan as the prime example. And you know what? He's absolutely spot on. McCowan's story is pure class. It's the kind of journey that reminds you why you fall in love with football in the first place. A wee lad from Ayr grafting his way through the lower leagues, then on to Dundee, and finally living the dream at Paradise. £1 million on deadline day. That's a bargain in today's game. He's gone from playing in front of a few thousand to walking out under the lights of the Champions League. That's proper football, that. Ferguson reckons there's a real ignorance when it comes to Scottish talent, and I've got to agree with the bloke. Too many folk down south turn their noses up at the Scottish game, as if good players can only come from fancy academies or big-name clubs. Meanwhile, lads like McCowan are showing week in and week out that they've got the heart, skill and drive to play at the very top. And here's the thing, McCowan's not just making up the numbers at Celtic. You can see why Rodgers rates him. He's direct, hungry, and plays with that bit of fire that fits right into the culture at Parkhead. He's one of us, a Celtic fan living the dream, and you can see it every time he pulls on that green and white shirt. That's what it means to wear the hoops. Now, Ferguson's rant went further. He even said some of these Scottish boys could easily play for Celtic or, heaven forbid, Rangers. But we all know where the real football is being played, don't we? You don't leave your boots at the door when you come to Paradise. You raise your game. That's why McCowan fits in perfectly here. And look, you can talk about McTominay getting Ballon d'Or nods and all that, but if you ask me, lads like McCowan deserve just as much respect. He's proof that hard work and Scottish grit can take you from the local parks to the biggest stage in Europe. So here's the question, and I want you to be honest with me. Do you think there's really an ignorance towards Scottish talent, or are the scouts and pundits just too lazy to come north of the border and actually watch what's happening at Paradise and beyond? Hit that subscribe button. Lads, let's jie it. Laldy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic daffs.